through the Strait of Hormuz, but we saw some reactions regarding the agreement of ceasefire in Lebanon. We have seen some reactions that are not honest, and they're not respecting the promises. It seems that America is not serious at all.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Some Western media outlets have claimed that you mocked the request of Kaja Kallas, the EU foreign policy chief, to respect international law and reopen the Strait
outlet claimed that you asked Kaja Kallas.
برخی رسانه‌های غربی ادعا کردند که شما درخواست خانم کایا کالاس، مسئول سیاست خارجی اتحادیه اروپا برای احترام حقوق بین‌الملل
the international law. We spoke seriously, we spoke wisely and logically. What have been mentioned by the European Foreign Affairs regarding the Strait of Hormuz, our reply, our answer is they did not pay attention to the international laws. They have violated international laws. And we said that you just accuse other countries because this accusation will be for your benefit, despite any facts. We, in this time and during the last 3 years, we saw the European Union's attitudes regarding the genocide in Palestine and regarding the war crimes committed by the Zionist entity and America in Iran. And we have seen the situation and stances regarding the Strait of Hormuz. This cannot only as space to enjoy what's going on in Iran, but there is also on the other side the high prices of energy because of what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz. It is better for the European Union to adopt certain steps based on realities on the ground. We have seen an increase in the diplomatic moves in China and Moscow. How can you evaluate these diplomatic moves when it comes to the relationship? Being members in the Security Council, they have spoke before, and the only guarantor for peace is the Iranian people. This is number one reality. All countries have certain responsibilities regarding what they have pledged to, and there are the human rights and there are the permanent seats in the Security Council who have big responsibilities regarding Russia and China and their responsible moves regarding the draft resolution that was completely against peace and reality. We thank Russia and we thank China for the move. We are on ongoing contact with China and Russia in this regard, and we believe that end of the day, everything must be for the sake of the international community. America and the Zionist entity are violating the international laws, and there are so many consequences that will follow. We need the international community to talk to them, and we need this to be seen in the Security Council, and all the international organizations and local organizations, regional organizations must have a role to play in this connection. Regarding the preconditions of the talks, is Iran, like other previous times, receiving or having certain preconditions to stop the maritime blockade? You can call it precondition, you can call them preconditions, but our stance is a logic one, based on the national interests of the Iranian people. We will never ask for any additional privileges. The national interests of the Iranians cannot be a victim of the bullying being made by other countries. And you can notice this. We are facing problems and we are facing criticism, but when there is a ceasefire, there must be a ceasefire. And we have seen what's going on in Lebanon. And they claim maritime blockade against Iran, and they attack commercial ships. These matters are against the international laws and the United Nations resolutions, and a ceasefire must be a ceasefire. And in these conditions, how can we accept the American claims regarding reconciliation and diplomacy? This cannot be understood. They raise a session that will include foreign ministers of Pakistan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and in this session, people will talk regarding the Strait of Hormuz and bringing back stability to the region. My question is about the Iranian stance regarding the American attacks, the Zionist attacks in the Strait of Hormuz, and are there any talks regarding this matter in Turkey? Our contacts are ongoing with the countries, and we take our steps according to the international laws, and Iran has been subject to an American-Israeli attack and aggression. America has used the military bases on the other side and against the Strait of Hormuz in order to cement their aggression against Iran. In this military condition, the countries that have chosen borders with the Strait of Hormuz must have the right to take certain steps to prevent aggressions from other countries or from the enemies. We have to see that the Strait of Hormuz, most of the Strait of Hormuz is in the territorial waters of Iran. That's why we need to make sure that our national interests are safeguarded. It is a defensive procedure. And you also have noted that so many countries have been affected by the current situation, and there is a lot of damage here and there. But we need not to tell the people some wrong headlines. The other side must stop this. And those perpetrators are America and the Zionist entity. They must be blamed for that. A question regarding the role of Pakistan, the mediation role of Pakistan in this matter, and Pakistan is facing Afghanistan. Is there a similar role being by Iran so as regarding this matter? Iran is a peaceful country. Iran always calls for peace, and we tend to have our region living in a peaceful mode and peaceful atmosphere. Also, the message of the leader of the Islamic Revolution has mentioned this conflict between Afghanistan and Pakistan, and has expressed Iran's readiness to play a role in this connection in order to bring peace and stability to the region, and calm must be brought back between both countries. We can do in this connection, we'll do it definitely, without hesitation. Recently, you have met or you talked clearly about the enriched uranium in Iran, and it is, as you expressed, a sacred thing. But there are some countries that want the enriched Iranian uranium to be moved or removed, and the Russian initiative also is there on the table, in addition to some other news regarding some proposals from Pakistan and China. If you can tell us more about this and why you are keen to have the enriched uranium. In reality, I did not talk that way. I only said that the dust of Iran is sacred, and I have said that the uranium is as important to us as anything else. The spirit of the Iranians, the properties of the Iranians are also sacred, and we reached this result because of the blood and sacrifices and the attacks against Iran. As we said, the Iranian people are sacred, and we have valued the Iranians very much, and we are all Iranians, and we need to work hard in this regard. Also, they spoke a lot about the nuclear program and the scientific achievement in this regard. The scientific achievement in this regard is an example of how ready is Iran to reach the top level of sciences. The enemies are not happy with that. The enemies have started 2 wars at least against us, in addition to blockade, described by them as fatal blockade against Iran. We need to achieve a lot of progress, and these matters are important for us. We need to exert more efforts, and throughout the last 40 days, the enemies have targeted certain things, including universities and the scientific centers and research centers. This means that our enemy is against scientific development and welfare in Iran. They treat this like a problem. The second question is about the enriched uranium to be removed. During these talks and before that, the Americans spoke a lot about this matter, but the enriched uranium being removed has not been mentioned at all during these talks. For the time being, no one talks about an agreement or reaching peace. There is no certain position to say that peace is there or a war will be there. In this case, no peace and no war. Is it for the sake of America and the Zionist entity, or for the sake of Iran? I have two questions regarding the contradiction in the statements of the U.S. officials. For one side, they confirm the maritime blockade in response to the Iranian position to open the Strait of Hormuz. Can we see any positivity in this matter, or any positivity for the talks to reach something important? I don't have enough time, but I will answer only one question. We are not generally not optimistic and not pessimistic regarding the talks. The experience is not only for the last year, but throughout the last 50 or 60 or 70 years in the past, the experiences led us to be more realistic to an extent that we can say we are, for example, not optimistic against the American situations. This is very rational way of thinking. This is very wise to think that way. A question regarding the unbalanced attitude of the American president. Claims from him that he had a phone contact with the Iranians and he was raising his voice during that phone contact. What about this claim? Is it right, or is it part of the media claims? From the very beginning, there was no any chance for someone to raise his voice or speak loudly with the Iranians. In these circumstances, what about the situation in the Strait of Hormuz that seems to be never back before, like before the war? Iran has maintained during the years and years have maintained the security in the Strait of Hormuz despite all terrorism. How can we see these very strange situations from others? You are from an area that is close to the parliament, and you know undoubtedly that the regime in the country, in Iran, the Islamic Shura Council, the Supreme Security Council, all these authorities are doing their job for the sake of the people and for the sake of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Also, when it comes to some matters that you mentioned, coordination with the Iranian Foreign Ministry is ongoing, and we follow up matters within this connection. Regarding the expectations and the analyst proposals, and some people talk about the presence of the American vice president in the talks. Some people say they want to affect and influence the Republicans in the states. There are some analysts saying that there is no concrete call for war, but if...
That is Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson saying there is no plan for a second round of negotiations with the United States for now. He also went on to say that the US has shown it's not serious about pursuing any diplomatic process after it's committed aggressive acts and violated the ceasefire a number of times. I'm going to be speaking to our correspondent in Islamabad.
तर्जुमान ईरानी वजारत खारजा इस्माइल बकाई प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे थे। उनकी जानिब से कहा गया कि दूसरे दौर के मुज़ाकरात के लिए ईरानी वफ्द पाकिस्तान नहीं जाएगा। वाशिंगटन से फ़िलहाल बातचीत का इरादा नहीं रखते। मौजूदा हालात में अमरीका के साथ बातचीत मुमकिन नहीं है। अमरीका माजी से सबक नहीं सीख रहा। ईरान अपने मफादात का तहफ़्फ़ुज़ जारी रखेगा। अमरीका भी गैर हकीकी मुतालिबात पर इसरार कर रहा है। अमरीका ने बहरी नाकाबंदी जारी रखकर जंग बंदी की खिलाफ वर्जी की है। अमरीका की जानिब से संजीदगी नज़र नहीं आ रही। तर्जुमान ईरानी वजारत खारजा की जानिब से यह कहा गया। इस्माइल बकाई ने कहा कि अमरीका की जानिब से ठोस यकीन दहानी दरकार है। अब नाए हुर्मुज़ में बहरी जहाज़ पर फायरिंग की। ईरान को अमरीका पर एतमाद नहीं है। अब नाए हुर्मुज़ में जो कुछ हो रहा है उसके ज़िम्मेदार अमरीका और इसराइल हैं। ईरान का अमरीका का मौक़िफ़ और मुतालिबात बदलते रहते हैं जो बातचीत की राह में रुकावट हैं। इस्माइल बकाई ने कहा कि अमरीकी फ़ौज के किसी भी अमकाना इक़दाम का जवाब देंगे। अभी वक्त हुआ है अज़ान ज़ोहर का।